Happy Monday. It is January 8th, and I am so excited to hop on with another Plan the Week with me. Okay, so about every Monday, I come on live to plan the week with me so you can see a little bit of my process and also maybe have a little bit of a buddy to walk through planning the week. I am on YouTube, I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok. So wherever you're watching in, make sure to send me a comment. I will be able to see it. I want to hear how it's going. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Okay, so I think we can all agree that this is really like the first real week of the year, right? Like this is really the first Monday. I don't know how much last week counted in terms of like looking at the new year. And so one thing that I'm going to be doing during this live stream is I want to share with you a script that you need to have in order to reconnect with your clients. So a lot of you are in one of two camps today, right? And let me know in the comments which one you are. You are either that realtor who has a plan and maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed, but you're definitely having some kind of an idea of who you want to speak out to or reach out to speak to this week. Now, others might have like no plan, but you have a lot of energy, right? And you know that you need to be reaching out to people, start filling up your pipeline, connecting with clients who've been on the fence or went on hold over the holidays. So during this live stream, I'm going to give you the script that you need to speak to them. And I'm going to show you the method that I use to make these communications really seamless. Now, in order to make sure I have all this planned out, I have my Market Authority Planner. You guys know that I love this because I created it specifically with this process in mind. I have Nicholas. Hello, Happy New Year, my friend Nick. This is the only thing I scheduled this week. You're going to help me with the rest. Perfect. I have a plan, but I find it hard to stick to the schedule. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Nick. And we actually have been talking a lot about the routines that every realtor needs. So I would actually check the video that I posted for the 4 routines that every realtor needs. I posted that last week. That might actually really help you stay on track. So if you are also like Nick and you have a really good sense of like what you want to accomplish each week, or you like take a lot of time to plan out a meticulous to-do list, but you have trouble actually executing on it, a lot of times that comes down to the routine and making sure that you're in the right state of mind each day. So check that out. That was a video that I posted to YouTube about a week ago, I think. Okay, and so now I'm looking at my planner. I've got a fresh one. This is the Market Authority Planner that I designed specifically for realtors. And one of the challenges that I always had with planners, I'm a planner girly, right? I love a good paper and pen. I like digital planners too. I love the ceremony, the feeling of being able to like really take some time and plan out the week and think about what I want it to look like. But what I really struggled with was so many other planners out there didn't have space to track your metrics, to specifically set how many people you wanted to reach out to, or kind of identify the right prospecting and marketing items that you wanted to accomplish. And so that's why I created this planner. And one thing that I did was I created this planner on a 90-day basis. So this is an undated 90-day planner. And we actually start with a quarterly accelerator. And while this is a plan the week with me, I want to start today with a quick quarterly accelerator. And I'll just walk you through this process. We have other videos of me doing this. But let me go ahead and show you how we're going to do that. So I'm just going to write Q1 because this is the first quarter, you guys. Oh my gosh. And the first thing that we do on a new quarter, because again, we're calling this the first quarter, right? We're calling this the first week of the year. The first thing that we do is we write down some big picture items and list top accomplishments from the last year. So what are your big picture items for the next 90 days? Like, what are your big focus items? So in the Market Authority Academy, which is my coaching program, the first thing that we do with agents when they join is we say, let's make sure that we can make the next 90 days your most profitable 90 days yet. All right, how can we get your return on investment with coaching as quickly as possible? And we walk them through this process called your 90-day success path. And it's very loosely built on this. The 90-day success path actually has like a lot more action items, obviously. But what we want to do is really hone in our focus on like the 2 to 3 most important things that we can accomplish in the next 90 days. the reason this is so effective is what a lot of agents do is they try to stack this crazy to-do list with like 10 to 15 things that they want to accomplish, when really what we need to do is hone in on 2 to 3 really important things that you can really focus on to move the needle. And so I want you to take a moment and think for the next 90 days, what can you really focus on that will move the business forward? If it's lead generation, then what does that need to look like for you? Do you simply need to generate more leads? Do you need to fine tune your prospecting plan? Like, what exactly about lead generation is falling flat for you? Maybe it's lead conversion, right? Maybe you're really good at reaching out to your database. Maybe you're really good at doing your open houses or posting on Instagram and having conversations there, but you are not so great at setting a buyer or seller consultation and then converting the client from there. Maybe as soon as they give you an objection, you freeze, and you don't want to come off as salesy spammy. You don't want to push them, but by saying nothing, you lose that client anyway, right? So like, think about what's been going on in your business recently and what you can focus on. Okay, so if we think about this quarter's big picture items, for me, I'll go ahead and just say reconnecting with our clients. And I have some specific metrics that I'm going to be following that I'll share with you in a moment. So stick with me here. Now, if you are like, I need someone to actually hold my hand through this, this is a lot of what we're doing in the Market Authority Academy. So if you want like the done for you, someone to walk you through this process step by step, so that you never get to that place of like having to start your business from scratch again, check out the Market Authority Academy, book a call with me and my team. We have tons of time open on our calendars this week to talk about how we can help you really have a fantastic year in real estate by having a little bit of this strategy. But my big picture items this quarter is reconnecting with clients. And like I said, I'll share the metrics that I'll be using for that. Reconnecting with clients. The other thing that we have this quarter's big picture items is really looking at our systems and fine-tuning our systems. And that's actually an annual goal, but it's a big focus item because the marketing system that we have needs a little bit of work and a little bit of updating. So I'm going to say specifically fine-tuning our marketing plan. And I'm going to show you how we schedule that out over the next 90 days. I have room for a couple more in here. I've got 4 lines for big picture items, but just for the sake of time here with you guys, I'm just going to stop at 2. Now, the next, what we want to do is take a moment and say, what are some top accomplishments from the previous quarter that we can be really excited about? And the reason we want to be looking at this is we want to see what we can build on top of, like what momentum do we already have that we can easily build on top of, right? So I would say we've done a really fantastic job of reconnecting with our clients so far, and I just want to continue doing that. So we've been really diving back deep with our clients in the last quarter, after kind of taking our foot off the pedal there for a while, just with some personal stuff going on. And it's been really fantastic. We already got a referral with a listing that is, already on the market, which is awesome. We had another referral or a past client who had like an investment property that we were able to list. So like very, very quickly within 90 days, that's why we call it the 90-day success path. We were able to start getting some deals in the pipeline, which is awesome. So I would say revamping our database last quarter was a great accomplishment. Okay, I'll take some time and write down a little bit more. I would actually say the other thing was we got lots of rest during the holidays. We had a fantastic 2-week break. If you're in the Market Authority Academy and you're watching this, our coaching calls resume tomorrow, and that is going to be the Revamp Your Workflow call. So what we're going to do is really fine-tune your weekly theme days, make sure your weekly schedule is really dialed in, and just kind of give you a good reset for the new year before we start with the 90-day success path next week. So I was super happy to have like a 2-week break. It felt amazing. So I'll finish this a little bit later too, but you'll see, so we have the first pieces are identifying our big focus items. And then the second is the just acknowledging the accomplishments. Now, what we have next is our monthly projects. And we have 3 sections, 1 right here and 2 on this page, to write down the projects that I want to accomplish this quarter. Now, again, for the sake of time, I'm just going to start with January. I'll finish this out later. because this is a plan the week, but we're making it a plan the quarter. So I'm writing January on the first portion, and I'm going to write down the projects that we have. And so if I look back to this quarter's big picture items, we have reconnecting with clients. We have fine-tuning our marketing plan. There's a lot of alignment there, kind of a little bit of overlap. So I want to see how much I can get done in January. So I would say the big projects that I have is to review the marketing plan, because the marketing system for our database needs a little bit of updating. To be honest, it does every year. And what that process for us looks like is, what did we do for our marketing plan last year? And what do we want to continue to do this year? Do we want to change anything? Are we just copying and pasting? Like, what does that need to look like? That should take me about 2 hours, and I need to do it with Bryce, who's my business partner and husband. And another project I have is also updating, which I know we need to do this, our post-close sequence. Because Bryce had some fun ideas for the post-close that we want to implement. And if we can get those 2 projects done in January, I mean, heck, we will be rocking and rolling. That would be awesome. We don't have any crazy events right now that I can think of, but I'm going to just put a star right this. So it says projects, events, and goals. I'm just going to put a star by event so I know to come back to that a little bit later when I'm not like on the spot. And then for big goals, I think my biggest goal would be to reach out to all of my ABC clients and have perfect ABC client like calls this month. I'm going to share with you what that means in a minute. So here's how I would plan that for the week. Let's say we have all the time in the world and I fill this all out. I identify the projects I want to complete, the events I have scheduled. I guess one thing that I do have scheduled for events is we have a goal, and I guess maybe I could put this under goals too, but we have a goal to meet with one group of clients each week just for fun. So for example, last week we actually met with 2 clients. Both of them were for basketball games because we just happened to have had tickets to the Suns game twice last week, which was super fun. And so we made sure to invite clients to go with us. One of them was some clients that are newlyweds, and they are so sweet, and they just purchased their home with us, I think 2 years ago. So it was a great way to reconnect with them and kind of tell them about what we're up to in the business and talk about the market and really just do some good relationship building. And then the other clients that we met with are just absolutely dreamy clients. Both of them were from Instagram over the last couple of years. The second group of clients, also from Instagram, like I said, were we help them sell a home and then buy a home, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon, but they're a relationship that matters a lot to us. And they've also become a top 50 referral relationship for me. So like the wife of the husband and wife duo is a therapist, right? And she works in a very specific niche. And I would love to be able to just have her in my professional network to be able to refer to her if I know of anybody who's like looking for that kind of thing. And also just from a networking point of view, she's also connected me with some really cool people already. And so that is a super valuable relationship to us. Also, we want referrals to and from with them. So, I mean, that just makes tons of sense. Okay, weekly meetups. And we call this with level 1 clients. Now, a lot of this, and if you're in the Market Authority Academy, you're going to see this already, but a lot of this kind of layers together, right? We have reconnecting with clients, we have fine-tuning our marketing plan, our marketing system, right? We have some goals of ABC calls, doing those first thing each week and making sure that we're on it, and weekly meetups with clients. A lot of that is very similar. And so that is okay for it to sound almost a little bit redundant, because what you want is for there to be synergy. You don't want to be working in between like a bunch of different things. You don't want to be working in between focusing on getting your social media up, and then choosing a CRM, and then designing a website. Like, that is a recipe for disaster and overwhelm. I want to focus on one theme, and this theme is like database marketing and just like getting those systems in place, and look at all the different little pieces, layers that go under it, and just focusing on that. That's how we stay on track. That's how we actually get the work done. Because if you're thinking like, how can I actually get the work done? Then the secret is to narrow your focus. And that's why we love the Market Authority Academy. So if you're interested in really learning those skills and being able to prioritize your workflow and understanding what needs to get done and how to get it done and how to stay accountable, what systems you need in place for that, the Market Authority Academy is your ticket to making that happen. And this is a perfect time to join, especially with the new year and the new week. So you can go to stefanilugo.com/programs. It's on the screen up here. Over here, it's in my link in bio. Check it out. Okay, so let's do quickly a weekly review. So I finished the quarterly accelerator as far as I'm going to just here on live. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if it was. I see a bunch of you here with me. Let me know how it's going. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and please tell me whether or not this is helpful for you so far. Okay, so let's talk about the weekly review. This is the second part of the process. Now, as you can see, we've been recording here for 16 minutes, as I see on my little timer. But normally this process really only takes me 10 minutes each week. It's the quarterly review process that takes a little bit longer. That quarterly accelerator requires a little bit more forward thinking, a little bit more planning ahead. And so that's why that takes just a little bit more time. But let's go ahead and look at our weekly review for January 8th. I'm calling this the first week of the quarter. If I look to my top 3 metrics, the first one is going to be our ABC calls. So our ABC calls, this is super simple. Here's what we do. When we're focusing on our database, if you think about it, we have 52 weeks in a year and 26 letters in the alphabet. That means if we alphabetize our database and we assign 1 letter per week, then 1 letter per week, we're reaching out to people at least twice a year. If we assign it 1 letter per week, meaning 1 letter of their last name, like their first letter of their last name. So last week was actually A, and I didn't have a ton of A's, so I was able to do that really easily. This week is B, next week is C. And all I'm doing is going into my CRM, and I'm going to filter for my database. I'm going to sort it by alphabetical order and just reach out to people with the names starting in B. Easy. So I want to make sure that I nail that every single week. That's one of my big goals this month. So top 3 metrics is finishing my ABC calls, B for the week. I would also like to I would really like to push myself and find 10 past client connects. Now, what I mean by past client connects is thinking about anybody who went on hold over the holidays, anybody who changed their plans to buy in the last half of last year, buy or sell, and anybody who has been in the process of buying or selling, but they're long-term nurture. Now, there might be some people who are also on that B list, and that's okay. I'm not like trying to just like double up as much as I can, but there might be some crossover from my ABC calls to these people. And here's what I want to send them. I'm going to send them a really simple script. If you've got a pen. Karen Ann is calling me and I'm on live. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send this really simple script. And if you have a pen, I'm live right now. Karen Ann is asking me a really important question. Hang on. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is real life and this is live. Okay, so here's the script you're gonna need. Pen, paper, write this down. Here's what you're gonna send to all of your clients. Hey, first name. Last we spoke, you are working on getting ready to list in the spring. Is that still the case? That's it. You can add a hope you had a great holiday if you want. So there might be someone who was planning on purchasing, right? For example, we can modify this. There might be someone who is planning on purchasing but wanted to hold off during the holidays. Hey, first name. Hope you had a great holiday. Happy New Year. Last we spoke, you're holding off on that pre-qualification until after Christmas. Is that still the plan? That's it. We're going to send that as a text. We're going to send that out to at least 10 people this week. That's one of my goals. Rashmi from North New Jersey, this is very helpful. Thank you. It is making the strategies better. That's great to hear. I'm so glad. Okay, so 10 past client connects. And my top goal is that client connect and ABC calls. So I'm going to go through my weekly process and I'm going to identify my top metrics. The other metric I have is my IG posting. Instagram is like a really big focus for me this year. Want to have at least 3 posts per week right now. And then my top 3 goals are going to be a lot of the same, like very, very similar to like getting those metrics done or hitting those metrics. So I'm going to take some time. I'm going to fill this out. I'm also going to go to my weekly pages here, my weekly little counter, and make sure that I'm identifying which days I'm doing this. Okay, so here's, for example, this is my favorite chart in here. Prospecting and marketing I am committed to. Here's what I would do in this instance. I would write down the ABC calls and client connect script. Just in space, I'm gonna, because I have terrible, terrible handwriting, I'm gonna write that just on the top on one line. Client connect calls with that script that I gave you and the ABC calls. IG posting is another big one, obviously. And let's just leave it there just for now in the sake of time because we're at 20 minutes now because I can't make anything short. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is identify which days this stuff is happening on. ABC calls, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Easy. IG posting, would love that to be like, I don't know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But if I think about today, I've got a really busy day. We've got our team meeting here in a little while. So our agents are coming by. We have our market authority stand-up meeting that's coming today. That's happening today as well. So like there's a lot of stuff going on. But I would love it if I could hit those 3 IG posts, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or I'm sorry, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the database calls every day. And that I just do with my power hours routine in the morning. What I'm most excited about this week is new week, new year, new me. And then what I would do is take some time to then schedule all this stuff in. So that would look like, okay, if it's on Monday and I'm going to make my calls, then I'm going to make sure I make any database ABC calls today. I'm also going to identify like the idea that I might have for my post on Instagram. So I'll put like my post topic on Instagram. Wednesday, same thing, post topic on Instagram. Friday, post topic on Instagram. And then you'll see I'll just like start filling this out with different things that I want to do. One thing that I really need to do this week is just kind of review the marketing plan from last year and make sure we still want to do that. And so I would look ahead at my calendar and I would choose some open time to fill that in. And then with any blank space that I have, if I have some time available, maybe on like Thursday morning, what I want to do is plan a hike. Like I would love to go on a hike. I'd love to get some outside time. I'd love to take an hour just to get outside and hang out, maybe have, my husband with me would be great. And so whatever like little space of time, that's kind of a goal of mine too. I want to add that in there so that I can get a little bit of outside movement there. And then what I'll do is I'll move right over to the next daily page. And this is really a tracking page more than anything. Identify any specific meetings that I have in my daily page. I'm going to go through as I go through the day, and I'm going to track my metrics for my conversations, my face-to-faces, and my social media engagement. I'm going to remind myself of my daily goals and metrics, and then I have a great space for notes. So again, if you want to get your hands on a planner like this, the details will be in the caption. You can go to the Market Authority shop and you can grab that. This is perfect for the new year. So many of you grabbed this over the holidays in anticipation of the new quarter, which I love. But of course, like being able to plan and being able to track is one thing, but if you don't have a really good foundation for your business, if you don't have a business plan, if you're stuck winging it and you don't really know what you should be doing each day, then it doesn't matter how good you are at time management. If the other systems like consistent lead generation and marketing and your client journey are not in place, then you don't have anything to schedule. And so this only goes so far. And unless you have those all three systems in place, which are the three systems of the Market Authority Academy. Like I said, I'll repeat it one more time. The consistent lead generation and marketing, your $1 million client journey. So those are the systems before, during, and after the transaction, and time management and task management to bring it all together. If we don't have all three of those, then they're not going to work super well. And you're going to find yourself in that space of rebuilding your business after every closing, or feeling like you're always reacting instead of in the driver's seat of your business. So I hope that this helped give you some ideas on how you can plan your week. Definitely take a moment and do that quarterly accelerator process. And let me know if you try the script that I gave you in that example. I think that that is going to be super effective. And if you are on my email list, I emailed it out earlier this morning already too. So you've got it. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. I hope that this was helpful. Please let me know if it was, and be ready to hang out with me here next week. I want you to take a moment to hit subscribe to this channel on YouTube or follow me on TikTok so you know not to miss another one. Everyone is wanting to call me right now while I'm live, but definitely follow me on YouTube so you know that you will get notified when I go live like this every single week. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great one.